Will Enid get to say goodbye to Carl when The Walking Dead returns?
Honestly, I couldn't care less if she does or not, and seeing as she is currently held captive by the Oceanside group with Aaron, I highly doubt it.
Watch Carl quote Laurie in this heartbreaking trailer.
Yes, let's all watch Carl quote a character that absolutely no one liked and try to get emotional about it. No thanks.
Here are some of Carl's last words in the newest trailer.
Okay, I get it already, he's dying, we all know that.
Watch some of Carl's last moments in the promo. See life without Carl in the promo.
Oh please, just give it a rest. As you can probably tell by this weird introduction, I'm currently pretty annoyed with The Walking Dead's marketing team of late. In all honesty, I haven't really been that hyped about The Walking Dead's return since the mid-season break, and The Walking Dead's social media team's constant referencing to Carl is doing nothing to change my mind. In their attempts to try to draw me in and get me excited for Season 8B, they are actually having the complete opposite effect. The reason being is that I feel the way Carl's death is being handled is pretty disgraceful. Using a character's death in an attempt to try to draw in viewers and entice previous viewers to come back is completely missing the point of why fans tune into the show in the first place. I know Carl is going to die, I've known that since last year. Seeing him kick the bucket is not my motivating factor for me watching the show again. The whole thing feels like a gimmick, and like the Negan cliffhanger at the end of Season 6, it's just yet another sad attempt to build suspense whilst we all wait for the show to resume. Well, except this time around there really is no suspense to build because we all know the outcome anyway. I mean, imagine for a second if the episode Too Far Gone finished with Herschel floundering on the floor after being slashed in the neck by the governor, with him not actually dying until the episode after the mid-season break. Now imagine if The Walking Dead posted pictures and articles during the break displaying phrases such as "See Herschel's final moments on the show in the Season 4B promo. Find out if Maggie will be able to say goodbye to her dad when The Walking Dead resumes. See Rick think back to when he met Herschel at the farm in a heartbreaking moment. Witness the post-Herschel world in the Season 4B trailer." Now honestly, what do you think your reaction would be? I'd be willing to bet that it wouldn't be positive. Reducing a character's death to nothing but a cheap marketing ploy takes away almost all of the emotional impact of that death. If Herschel had died in the manner I just mentioned, his death wouldn't have resonated with me half as much as it actually does. Telling me to watch a heartbreaking clip of Carl quoting his mother is almost guaranteed to not make me feel heartbroken at all. I mean, for God's sake, The Walking Dead, let your viewers think for themselves. Why spoil what should be a delicate and intimate moment by using it as a trick to try to increase ratings? My reason for resuming watching The Walking Dead come the end of the month isn't because I want to see Carl die. I mean, who on earth could possibly get excited about watching a character who we all know is dying, well, die? Truth be told, the act of someone dying is actually quite boring to watch. I mean, Carl will probably just end up sitting with his dad and Michonne for a bit, Rick will most likely cry and scream Coral one last time, and Carl will say some encouraging last words about peace or some shit like that in an attempt to set Rick on the straight and narrow. Now this isn't exactly making me think, wow, I can't wait to see this. I want to watch The Walking Dead again because I want to see an end to the Negan saga, and this should be more important than witnessing the conclusion to a needlessly stretched out ending for a long-term character. To me it feels like the producers just haven't learnt their lessons from seasons previous at all, and the way the marketing team are approaching the second half of Season 8 just doesn't really make any sense to me. Yes, death has always and will always be part of The Walking Dead, but it's not why we all watch the show, and since the whole Lucille incident, The Walking Dead seems to have forgotten that. I fell in love with The Walking Dead to begin with because I connected with Rick almost immediately. I enjoyed seeing him wake up in this alien world like a fish out of water, and I liked bearing witness to him gradually developing and growing into someone that people could look up to. I enjoy The Walking Dead because I enjoy its story, its world, its characters. It's all these factors combined that make the show what it is, and that's precisely what made me a fan in the first place. I didn't suddenly like the show just because people died. Having characters die means nothing if the story surrounding said deaths isn't enticing. However, AMC just seemed to be under the impression that characters dying is the most important part of The Walking Dead and is the only way to increase its viewership, when in fact the whole Negan killing the cameraman fiasco should have made them realise that gimmicky deaths just turns fans away from the show. Of course, I understand why The Walking Dead's Twitter account is currently promoting Carl's death. It's obviously going to be the focus of the next instalment of the show, so it makes sense to advertise what is coming next. However, the whole thing just seems to be being handled in a really distasteful and manipulative way, which, yeah, is pretty much advertising 101, but it still just doesn't sit right with me. I have already expressed my opinions on why I think Carl's death should have been wrapped up during the last episode, but I really think The Walking Dead as a show should have more to offer to fans as a reason to come back than just the prospect of seeing a character die. Perhaps it's a sign of how desperate the network and its producers are, in that the only way they feel they can entice people to watch the latter half of Season 8 is by splitting a major character's death over 2 episodes. Maybe I'm just getting annoyed and worked up over nothing, but I can't help but feel like The Walking Dead has just got this all wrong, and I'm now less enthusiastic about the show returning than I was previously. So there you go, there's just some quick thoughts of mine. I do apologise for it being a shorter video than usual, but I am working on some other stuff as well at the moment, which you should be able to see soon. So yeah, please let me know what your thoughts are. Do you feel the same, or are you actually looking forward to seeing Carl's last moments play out? As always, please let me know in the comments below, and until next time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.